sketching. And we're live. Hello, team. Hello. We are going live on Urban Sketches. Hopefully there are some people out there that are going to be joining us today. And we've got a lovely show for everybody today. Just checking that, just letting ourselves into the room and making sure we're getting comfortable. We're going to be talking about the regional event grants from the Urban Sketches organisation. And so what we're happening. So today, yes, we're going to be coming live to you today from the Urban Sketches StreamYard. And today we are really happy to be able to announce the Regional Events Grant Fund for 2025-2026 Season 4 cohort that has been successfully confirmed. Now I see a few people coming in the room there. I see, there's Lynn. Hello, Lynn. I see you. Thank you for the comment. And we'll just let a few more people into the room because right now we're going around the world, of course, because it's a live broadcast. And for me, it is 11 p.m. in Auckland, New Zealand. So my name is Eric Ngan. I'm the events director of Urban Sketches, and it's my pleasure to be bringing you this show today. We're going to have a couple of really interesting guests on today who have been part of the organization for a little while now. And they're going to just share their thoughts on participating in the assessment of the proposals that came in this season. So for those, just a bit of a background. Yeah, the Regional Events Grant Fund was set up 4 years ago now, and by the organisation, and it was a program which was designed to increase the awareness and increase the capabilities around the world, around all the chapters, and to encourage chapters to think a little bit more bigger and broader and more creatively. The notion for this is that, of course, we have over 500 chapters around the world that are sketching every week, every month, getting together in their chapters and having a great time. And then at the other end, we as the Urban Sketches organization do the annual premier event, the Urban Sketches Symposium. And part of the thinking of the regional event grant was to support a platform that could be somewhere in between. So the regional aspect of it allowed the local chapters to think broader than just their local area, and but also they didn't have to think about too much to international size. So that's been a really good mid-ground in which we've been able to support over the last 4 seasons. So who's coming in there? I see there's some sketches from Quezon City coming in, and there's some others there from around the world. So thank you for tuning in. This season, we announced the applications to be open, and they were open for 5 or 6 weeks. And out of that, the chapters that where are we going? The chapters that did apply, we had we had 15 amazing applications come in. So we thank you all for putting the time in to think about how you can develop our regional event. Thank you for putting the time to structure that, and also structure your application according to the criteria that we have. We've got a specific criteria that we assess against, and that's to do with a few things like the thinking behind the event. Does it build a stronger sketching community? Does it enable participants to engage in an event that's larger than local? There was there was reward for creativity and innovation in how the events were put together. There was criteria for outreach and community growth. We also wanted to look into the back end of it as well, about the capacity and capability building of the chapter itself, and how to handle budgets, and how to, get a broader idea down into smaller pieces, and turn it into something, really attractive. And with that, of course, we had a group of 4 assessors, and that's what today's announcement is including, is a bit of a discussion with a couple of those assessors. So what I would like to do right now, we're going to have a chat with our assessors. There's 2 of them, and then we'll go through a bit of reflection, and then we'll come to the announcement of the Season 4 Regional Event Grant recipients. So please stand by and enjoy the conversation as we go ahead. I'd like to invite into the room now, we've got Janice, who sketches out of Melbourne, Australia, who was one of our assessors. So if I can have Janice come into the room.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Janice. Hey. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So I said, yeah, Janice, you're coming in from Melbourne. Maybe just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey through urban sketching so far.
Yeah, I've been part of the Urban Sketches community probably about 8 years, I would say, and I've been volunteering with Urban Sketches for the last maybe 5 or 6 years. And so over part of my role is to help with the selection, which I find like, the most fun job to do. So it's not even a job, it's not even work. It's so fun to see all the applications. And what I was most pleased about this year, though, was just the quality of the applications. Like, it was just so hard to select like the winners. I think I wanted to go to every one of them. If I had all the money in the world, I would go to every one of them. I think all of them would be very fun to go to. But I think what touched me the most about the applications was just the care, the care that the committees, the teams put into it, the details. Also, what I love most is the diversity as well, like thinking a bit more outside of just the traditional sketch walks that we all know and love, but also like, adding the cultural factor into it, exhibitions, interacting with the public, like who might not be sketchers, and expanding our community.
Nice one. That's really rich. So the background to this, of course, this is your 3rd season assessing for the regional event grounds, and so every year, as events director, I have the privilege of being able to go out to those in the committees and volunteers across the board to select. And I'm going to say, Janice, that you're one of the first that are on my list to come back, to invite back to be a panelist, because now that you've built up this insight, and there's because it does take a bit of momentum, that takes a bit of rhythm to get into it sometimes. And so how does that what sort of challenges did you find this season, any compared to last season, that was same or different?
Honestly, like this season, it was harder because the quality of the applications was goes higher and higher from year to year. Just like in the type of events, in the creativity that the teams, the chapters put into providing like a wonderful event for the participants. But also putting together the application itself has been very articulate, with a lot of attention to detail. So I do think like, it's very promising for the years to come as well. we keep
That's
seeing
really
that
nice.
that kind of high quality applications.
Yeah, it is. I think I share the same reflection as well in terms of the structure of those coming in, and the depth of thought gone into it, because this year the range of events that we received, and also the range of events that we ultimately confirmed, they're a different shape to them. They've got a different shape to each other. So with that, I don't know. Can you provide any general feedback to others that may want to apply in the future? What do you say to them that say, "Oh yeah, we're thinking about it"? What's a good way to come into it?
Oh, definitely give it a go. Just go for it. Go for it. Any kind of, whether you might think it's a big event or a small event, anything that you feel that this grant will actually elevate your event, go for it. And it might be like, you're trying to organize like, a very small event, you're relatively like, small chapter. However, with that grant, it might actually elevate and help you outreach, like, to the neighboring chapters as well, or to the general public, expand our community. First of all, like, go for it. I think I mentioned, like, community and outreach. I think that would be like, one of the things that was outstanding for me, like, with selecting for this year, was mainly the applications that provided like a lot of detail or attention to like how they would actually reach out more of the public, the general public, or like neighboring communities, just to give that exposure to urban sketching.
Nice one. Okay, well, this is one that I'm sorry. I'm going to surprise you here, Janice, because I like to do that. I'm going to challenge you now, Janice, because this year, this season, we did not. If I'm wrong, we did not get any applications from Australia.
Oh yeah.
And so that's the challenge, is that I need you to go out and spread the word to the Australian chapters to get on board and gee it up.
Absolutely. We need some events down under. Absolutely. And it's easy.
It's easy.
It's
just gonna be a double-edged sword.
And send it to us. Yeah.
But that's going to be a double-edged sword, because then you're going to have to step out, recuse yourself from assessing, because it'll be need to be transparent about assessing your own chapter.
And I can do that if that means like one of the Australian chapters can win the grant next time. I'll just go to the event. That's all.
Perfect. Okay, winning all counts. Nice one. Yeah. Good stuff. Thank you, Janice. Good stuff. Good reflections. I love it. The ability to articulate good ideas, to change up what they do is really good feedback. Thanks very much. So what I'll do, I'll for now I'll bring you back into the room a bit later on, Janice. Okay. But thank you very much. But for now, I want to bring in our other guest. Thanks, Janice. And I want to bring into the room now Christina Wald from Ohio. Are you there, Christina?
I am. Hello. Good morning for me.
Hey, there you are, Christina Wald.
Yes.
Okay. So this is sort of it's not this part's not new to you.
No.
Because as it is, Christina has been on the communications committee for a little while now in Urban Sketches, and also has been our social media coordinator. So has a penchant for online technology, and so you've been helping us produce these shows. But and once again, a bit of a surprise. Christina doesn't like being in front of the camera, but here you are.
Yes.
Because I twisted your arm.
Yes.
But
Eric is very persuasive.
It's that trying to get that energy going. But so for those who don't know, Christina has been on social media committee for a while, but this is Christina's first season assessing on the regional event grant. So let's just step back a bit. So Christina, please just introduce yourself and tell us about your journey in urban sketching so far.
My name's Christina Wald, and as was said before, I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. I've been urban sketching probably since around 2011, and I started the Cincinnati Urban Sketchers Cincinnati. We became an official chapter in, I think, 2017, which is actually also the year I started working with social media for Urban Sketchers, when they did actually it was for the 10 by 10 events, when they were doing a ton of social media promotion, and they needed some extra people to do posting, and the rest is history.
The rest is
as
history.
they say. Yes.
And you're still here, so
I'm still here. I'm still here.
You're still. This is what I say to my teams: you either got to be learning or having fun, and if you're not doing one of those two things, then change it up. So you're still.
It's never a dull moment, for sure.
Never a dull moment. That's the one, because we're anything but dull. We've supported an exciting program.
Yes.
So yeah, on that, I guess as your first season being on the assessment panel, I just want to ask you similar questions to Janice, as some reflections on your time. What did you learn? What did you, any surprises for you?
It was really interesting, and now I feel spoiled because Janice said how good all the applicants were this year, and they were very good. I mean, I agree with her. I was thinking, oh, these would all be great to go to. And I think it's really interesting reading them through, and the thoroughness and who's on the team. I mean, that's just the things I always think that's really important. One of the hardest things doing one of these events is it really is a team of people that put things together. And so it's really interesting to see. I like it when they put all the detail about who's putting it together, and that they have different people doing different things. Because I think it's a lot to manage. There's so many details when you put one of these events together.
Yeah, and well, you would know, because you were a couple of years ago, or was it 2 years ago? I can't.
Yes, it was for 23. Yes.
Yeah, 2 years ago. So, you were part of the chapter that put together your own regional event.
Yes, and ours was, fortunately, I didn't have to write the application. The Kenny from the chapter in Dayton wrote it, but putting together any kind of application like this is very difficult and time consuming, and it takes a while to kind of get everything, not to scare people off, because it makes you think about what do you have to do to put on an event like this. I mean, sometimes it helps to have put on some smaller events to do this, so that you kind of have an idea of the scope of what you're doing. But that's, I think, always a really important thing, is because there's so many different moving parts when you put an event like this together. And it's great when you actually have a team of people around you that things just get done, and that's really nice.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the well, as you would know, and also Janice would know, in that you're both also on the symposium project team. So yeah, you're fully cognizant of how that structure is put together, the work streams and delivered, and the timeline and the deadline follow-ups and so forth, and the intricate detail that we have to go through to make that hit the mark properly.
Yes.
So just a quick reflection. Was there any surprises in amongst this season's applicants that you just didn't think that it was a thing? Or
I really liked some of the different, I mean, I think that it's great to have the sketch walks and the traditional style events, but it was interesting to see some of the willingness to try to archive what it is these groups do, and the history of, because it was a really interesting angle for several of the applicants, was what is it about my area of the world that I think is special and historical, and how to present that to the world. And like you said, and you said explaining to other people that haven't heard of urban sketching in your town. I mean, because obviously you have your group you sketch with and the people you work with, but it's always amazing to me when I run into people, particularly in the arts community, that have never heard of it before, that are involved pretty highly in the art community of a city. And so it's great to spread the word and get the idea of how unique the Urban Sketchers organization is.
Nice. That's. I think we need to keep reminding ourselves of that sometimes too, because sometimes we're sort of so deep into the work that you got to pull your head up and go, actually, what we're doing is quite interesting.
Yes. I mean, it's almost like, when you have groups of people coming out to different areas of cities and drawing them, that is an event that's not like anything else that I've ever seen. And I think 100%. That the community in the, that it creates around the world is incredible. And even with our event, because we work with 3 other chapters, it's made me very close to the other admins and other chapters in our state, and it's been great to get to know them and become friends with them.
Oh, nice one. That's great. Well, I think we're coming closer to the time now of the evening. We don't want to hold everybody up because it's we're a little bit of suspense, but not too much, so we can go over the line. So, how about we let's get down to brass tacks and let's bring Janice back in the room, and we can announce the chapters that were successful, shall we? I know you've got each of you have got some bullet points to share with the viewers about the chapter, what was good and what was interesting. So we're kicking off with Janice. Are you starting off first?
So
please, the floor is yours.
Congratulations, USK Colombo. So what we loved about your application was the partnership with the Collective for Historical Dialogue and Memory, emphasizing the cultural factor, the community outreach aimed at reaching both sketchers and the general public, and the event spanning over 4 sketch walks in 2 months will include talks by experts in architecture. Congratulations.
Nice one. So that's Colombo in Sri Lanka, and that event series is called Retaining the City. And so, it's a bit of a historical treatment on collecting images from the city. Special, really special.
Yep.
So, congratulations, Sri Lanka. And next, please.
Next one. Congratulations, USK Guadalajara. So what we loved about your application was the celebration of Mexican culture and its traditions, the treasure hunt format of the sketch walk with checkpoints where participants sketch on location with prizes at the end, and the outreach involving all 14 Mexican chapters and seeking involvement of local schools. Congratulations.
Nice. Okay. The outreach there I understand was quite a great, great criteria winner there in terms of the outreach to schools and so forth. So that's fantastic. And I myself have been to Guadalajara. So Viva Mexico team. And actually, yes, your event is called Viva Mexico Fiesta del Sketching. So that's amazing. So that, and also they're reaching out to all of the chapters in Mexico to come and join them for that one. And that's going to be special. Thank you. Now, who's next? Who's the next recipient?
All right, we're happy to announce USK Kazan, and we loved that they were also doing something historical. They're highlighting the historical significance of heritage sites and Filipino national identity, and the sketch walks are paired with informal learning, reflection, and community interaction. And then they're going to have an exhibition that pairs the sketches with stories, which stories is a big thing in Urban Sketchers. We like to hear, not just see the pretty pictures, but hear the stories of your town. And you've been to Quezon City as well, haven't you, Eric?
Yes, I have had the huge pleasure of visiting Quezon in the Philippines there. So congratulations to the team. What we're looking at there is sketching heritage from revolution to republic in Quezon City, Philippines. You got some exciting stuff going on there. Look at these titles. I love it.
I know. These are really great. And should we go to the next one?
Please, yes, next.
Okay, so the next one is USK Stuttgart, and we loved that they were doing they've done the sketch walk before. They seem very organized. They've had over 900 participants in the past, and it's going to be an event that encompasses all of Germany. And they're also doing an online exhibition and a sketchbook exhibition at the end. And this just seemed like a nice, well-oiled machine and very organized. And we sort of look at different sizes of events, and this seemed like it would be very inclusive and very good about getting the word out about urban sketching.
Brilliant. Nice one. That's the Stuttgart all German USK meetup. So
Yes.
yeah, they're inviting all German chapters to come, and well, whoever's near enough on a train ride in Europe, you can all get there, I'm sure. So that'll be exciting.
Yes.
Congratulations. Now, do we have one more?
Yes, we do. And last, but certainly not least, is USK Asheville in the United States. And we really liked, again, they had a really nice organized application. And obviously, they are celebrating their recovery after the 2024 floods, which really devastated the area. And so they're celebrating the resilience of their local community. And they have 3 free workshops to introduce sketching on location to people not registered for the sketch crawl. And then they're doing an architectural tour of downtown Asheville led by Asheville architects, which should be really interesting.
Oh, that's so amazing. Yes. I love that. I love the lens on the after the floods and the devastation, because it is traumatic, but to be able to capture that and immortalize that is actually a little bit of a bit of healing can be done through the art as well, and that's really important. It really is. And so I guess if we look through a couple of those, the historical aspects of revolution to republic, that's a whole story in itself. There's a journey through the whole culture and generational importance, and these are reportage in its greatest sense of urban sketching.
Oh yes,
we're telling the world. Yeah. So let's have a look. So what have we got? We've got the Colombo, Sri Lanka. Congratulations. Stuttgart, Germany. Congratulations. Guadalajara, Mexico. Congratulations. Quezon City, Philippines. Congratulations. Asheville in North Carolina, USA. Congratulations to all 5 chapters, 5 successful recipients. Amazing. We're so happy that we were able to welcome and support these chapters. Of course, that is balanced with the others that didn't get across the line this year. It was really tough. We did have to have a bit of an arm wrestle between some of the assessment panels. Yes, we did, in terms of the benefits and so forth. So the ones that were sorry were unsuccessful. The pool of money, it is what it is, and we just can't distribute to everybody. But there are some fantastic ideas that have been tabled, put forward by other chapters as well, and that as a whole gives the USK organization real heart, real confidence that the global chapters are thinking about urban sketching in a broader sense, in a wider capacity, and also developing capability in all the chapters to be able to deliver these events. What we have now, after 4 seasons of urban sketches, regional event grants, is that actually previous recipients have included USK Buenos Aires and USK Poznan in Poland. Subsequently, those recipients have gone on to host the International Symposium. And so we think that is a fantastic stepping stone for chapters to think about as well, because from your local event to your regional event to hosting a premier event, amazing. I love that journey. So myself as the events director, I'm really happy to be part of this program and the 4th season. Please, huge thanks to Christina, our first year 1 assessor. Huge thanks to Janice from Melbourne, our year 3 assessor. The other assessors that we have were from the executive board. but I guess our guests today, Janice and Christina, are on the on our committees, and so you're volunteering your time further outside of those committees to be part of this program, and I can't thank you enough. Seriously, this bit of a journey is sort of the beginning of the journey, because now the season will roll out over the coming year, and all of those chapters will be directly in touch with Christina with the social media channels to boost, to talk about the events, and to share them to the world. So I guess with that, and any final words, Janice? Any final words you want to say to all the chapters?
Yeah, to all the chapters who were not successful this year, please continue. There's always next year. Please do keep applying.
Thank you. Christina, any final last hurrah from you?
I totally agree with Janice. I think if you didn't get selected this year, please apply again. Sometimes it takes a couple years. I mean, we applied a couple years and didn't, get in. So it's great to just keep refining it. And if you haven't applied yet, please apply, because I think the more regions we touch, I mean, the better. So, if you're thinking about it, please. And even if you don't get the grant, it's great to organize some of these events and sort of spread the word out beyond your chapter that you sketch in.
Nicely said. Nicely said. Thank you very much. And we remember back to the reason why we're all here is because we love urban sketching. We love this community. We love this global network that we have. And between Melbourne, between Ohio, now we've got another 5 cities where we've got good friends that we're going to be connecting with in the future. And thanks very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you for coming on board this Urban Sketches Regional Events Grant Program, Season 4, and we look forward to all the events that are going to come. On that note, we're going to say goodbye, and happy sketching, everybody.
Bye. Congratulations, everyone.
See ya.